Well, this is probably the biggest Nikon news we've had all year. Nikon has officially lost the first round of its patent lawsuit against Viltrox in China, and that could have major implications for Nikon users, third-party lens makers, and the future of Nikon Z-mount. But before everyone starts celebrating or panicking, there are a few important things you need to know, because this story isn't over yet. Earlier this year, Nikon filed a patent lawsuit in China against Viltrox over technology used in its autofocus Z-mount lenses. The lawsuit wasn't about photographers taking pictures. It wasn't even about image quality, and it for sure wasn't even about whether third-party lenses should exist. Instead, Nikon argued that Viltrox infringed on patents related to its Z-mount technology, reportedly involving patent lens communication and related intellectual property. For months, photographers wondered, would Viltrox be forced to stop making Nikon Z-mount lenses? That was a big question I was asking. Would Nikon block third-party lenses with a future firmware update? Would this become Nikon's version of Canon's RF mount restrictions? Now we finally have the first answer. According to reports from Nikon Rumors, Nikon lost the first round of the patent case in Shanghai Intellectual Property Court. That means for now, Viltrox wins, at least in this phase of the legal battle. Now, this is where some people online are getting a little carried away. I've already seen headlines saying Viltrox wins, Nikon lost, the lawsuit is over. Not exactly, because Nikon can still appeal the decision, and there are reportedly additional aspects of the dispute that remain unresolved. So think of it this way, as a halftime, not the final score. Now, let's talk about why this is such a big deal. If you're a Nikon photographer like myself, especially someone using the Z-mount system, there's a good chance you've noticed something. Nikon makes incredible lenses, arguably some of the best optics on the market, in my opinion, but I'm biased. But they're expensive, like very expensive. That's where companies like Viltrox have stepped in. Over the past few years, they've released lenses that surprised a lot of photographers like myself. The Lab series, especially the 135mm f1.8 and the 35 f1.2 Lab lenses, professional image quality, autofocus, excellent construction for significantly less money than Nikon's premier S-line equivalents. For many photographers, those lenses made Nikon more accessible. Not everyone can spend $2,500 on a portrait lens. Sometimes a $900 alternative makes all the difference. Imagine the opposite outcome. If Nikon had won immediately, one possible outcome would have been licensing fees. Another possibility, a cease and desist order against certain Viltrox products. Or in the worst case, future Z-mount autofocus lenses from Viltrox disappearing altogether. That's why photographers were paying such close attention to this case, and as many of you know, I have been, because this wasn't just about two companies. It was about competition, choice, innovation, and ultimately price. Now here's a question I've probably seen more than I care to online. Could Nikon release a firmware update that blocks Viltrox lenses? The honest answer is nobody knows. There is absolutely no evidence Nikon plans to do just that. Previous speculation about firmware blocking was just that, speculation. Could it happen? Technically, people speculate it's possible. Will it happen? We simply just don't know yet. And personally, I hope it doesn't happen, because I think it would hurt Nikon customers just as much as it think it would hurt Viltrox. Imagine waking up after updating your camera and suddenly one of your favorite portrait lenses no longer works with Nikon. That would be an absolute public relations nightmare. Portrait retouching can be one of the most time-consuming parts of editing, but it doesn't have to be. Meet Reblum, a professional portrait retouching app that works as a standalone editor or seamlessly inside of Adobe Lightroom Classic, Photoshop, and Capture One, fitting right into your existing workflow. With just a few clicks, Reblum removes blemishes, balances uneven skin tones, reduces shine, brightens eyes and teeth, cleans up distracting backgrounds, and keeps natural natural skin texture intact, giving your portraits a polished professional look without the plastic skin effect. Editing a wedding, senior session, or corporate headshots? Batch process hundreds of portraits automatically, saving hours of repetitive editing so you could spend more time creating and less time clicking. Best of all, everything runs locally on your computer. No cloud uploads, no internet required. Your client's images stay private while you work wherever your inspiration takes you. If portrait photography is your business, Reblum isn't just another editing tool. It's a faster, smarter way to deliver beautiful results. Use my promo code SILVER at checkout for a discount. I personally think competition makes every company better, really. When Sigma, Tamron, Viltrox, Sure, Mikey all compete, everyone wins. Photographers get more choices, prices stay competitive, and manufacturers continue innovating, and Nikon still has something that those companies don't: their own legendary optical engineering. People will continue buying Nikon Z S-line lenses because they're fantastic. Competition doesn't change that. If anything, affordable alternatives bring more photographers into the Nikon ecosystem. It's even helped me out in diversifying my lens choice and enjoying Nikon. Some photographers buy a Viltrox today and eventually upgrade to Nikon's premium S-line glass later. That's actually healthy for the system overall. So where do we go from here? Well, there are several possibilities. Option 1, Nikon appeals. Option 2, both companies negotiate a licensing agreement. Option 3, the ruling stands and Viltrox continues selling Nikon Z-mount autofocus lenses. Or something completely unexpected happens. Legal disputes involving patents often take time, months, and sometimes even years. So I don't think we've heard the last chapter of the story. For photographers today, honestly, nothing changes. You could still buy Nikon lenses and you could still use Viltrox lenses. No products have suddenly disappeared because of this ruling, but it's definitely a story worth following because the outcome could influence the future of relationship between Nikon and third-party manufacturers. Now, I would love to hear what you have to think. Do you own a Viltrox lens or 2 or 3? I own like 6 of them. Or do you think Nikon should protect its patent at all costs? Or do you think more third-party competition ultimately makes Nikon a stronger camera system? Let me know down in the comments. I will read all of them and I'll try to answer to all of them as well. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, don't forget to press that like, that share, that subscribe, and hit the bell on the way out so you get notifications for my upcoming content. I'm Robert Silver, and until next time, keep shooting, stay creative.